Hey everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It's Thursday, and wow, since my video Event Horizon, things have just gotten worse and worse for Harry and Meghan. One fail after another, and Harry's facing ruin. First, he had to step away from African parks amid all of that controversy, and it's still nothing's been done. And in humiliating fashion now, dripping with scandal, Harry has to dissociate himself from Centibelli, forget-me-not. Just ruinations. I mean, we all know the scandal. He went up against Sophie Chandauka, who was on the board. Her family, one of the biggest contributors. She wanted things to go a certain way. And it was the same we see with Harry, with all of his charities, him and Meghan and everything they do. It's not so much the work itself as what they can, get out of it. You want to call it a money laundering operation, allegedly. It's just, it was not run in properly. I mean, there was findings from a commission report, April 2025, that it was poorly governed. There was any lack of any clear policies to handle disputes. And it was the same kind of thing with Harry at the head of it. Everybody was too scared to tell Harry no. You know? And it just, and he has no sense of propriety at all. We know this. And now, you think all this is bad. In amongst all of Meghan's failed, not her business, not jam, one thing after another, and now Harry's facing the last thing he has to hold on to. Invictus Games. Now here we go. A lot of people get this wrong, and I'm going to clear this up. Harry did not invent, conceptualize, or set in place, establish the Invictus Games. The Invictus Games idea came from the Warrior Games in America. It was modeled after that. Invictus Games was developed and funded from the Palace and the Royal Foundation, which at the time was not only Harry, but William and Catherine as well. The Palace. It was a project developed and funded basically to give an errant prince something to focus on. It's true. Harry was given Invictus, be the face of Invictus, travel with the guys, meet with the veterans. They knew he was good with people. It gave him some purpose. It gave him something. Because Harry was just all over the place. And now he faces living that and losing it to none other than David Beckham. Wow. That must be a huge blow to Harry. And Meghan, too. She'll be enraged. The couples have had a contentious past. We know that the Beckhams were friends with William and Catherine. They were friends with Harry at the time too, but since Meghan came along, there's all kinds of girly fights between Meghan and Victoria. Meghan said this about Victoria and told Harry that and got everybody angry with each other, as Meghan likes to do, creating scenarios because she hates not being number one. Hugely jealous of Victoria. Hugely jealous of Victoria. You gotta know it. Well, you see here, lately, David Beckham, everybody says, oh, David Beckham, him and Victoria, they're real social climbers, and he's been bucking for a knighthood for 20 years. Well, whatever you think of David and Victoria Beckham, they have made their money, honestly. They actually work, you know. He was a sports star. He's now a spokesperson, model. He'll do almost anything for the right price. And as long as it's legal, what's wrong with that? And so he is being touted as a new face of Invictus to recreate the image, a real palate cleanser. Meghan moved in on Invictus, and the worst thing, the low point, was her in those ugly shorts marching in front of the veterans. Appalling behavior. She didn't belong anywhere near there. She didn't belong there. And you can bet when David Beckham becomes the face of Invictus, you're not going to have Victoria flouncing around in $50,000 worth of outfits, 3 changes a day. It's not going to happen. They're going to bring a little bit of class back to Invictus because Harry and Meghan have ruined it. They're using it as a slush fund. The money's supposed to be going to the veterans. Always, even the last installment of Invictus, the winter ones here that were in Whistler, BC, all the talk was about, the luxury suites they stayed in and this and that, and all the demands that Meghan made. She ended up infuriating everybody so quickly that she didn't even stay the whole 5 days. She stayed like 2 days and was basically hustled out of there, and they were done. And the head of Invictus left. Harry's had to shuffle his Invictus stuff, the people. So I think they were just done. And if it was gonna last any longer, big changes had to be made, and it looks like that's what's happening with bringing David Beckham in. Now, back in 2017, Victoria Beckham received an OBE, Order of the British Empire, for her contribution to the fashion industry. And just recently, like I had said, everybody thought, oh, he's been bucking for one for years. Well, just this year, David was awarded a knighthood for the King's Birthday Honours this spring. And now, as Harry's losing everything, David, who has a relationship with the king, they bonded over bees. David and Victoria were at a recent fancy dinner at Buckingham Palace. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Meghan? Oh, this has got to infuriate her. And, but Meghan, it's like she keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again, and I don't know if she's expecting a new result or what. We've seen this time after time. Look at this picture. She's, I don't know, celebrating her wine, whatever. Picture of her feet. We all thought that's really bad. But look, here's where the real ad comes from. Yeah. She's copying the ad. So I don't know, what are we supposed to think, those were her feet in the ad? Is she subtly signaling, oh, that was me? Well, she wants it to be her. We've seen her copy these kind of things constantly. It's really, really pathetic. And we got birthday wishes to herself on her Instagram. The sanity's slipping away. The money's slipping away. The support is slipping away from Harry and Meghan. And when desperate people, desperate people do desperate things. And I think we're getting closer to what I've mentioned I could see happening. It's time loop thing. Check that out. I think we're getting close. And that is going to be a hoot. That is going to be something. So we have to wait and see what they do next. Things are getting serious. They are being pushed from all sides. Pushed out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Love to know what you're thinking about this. And just a little heads up, I am working on something that I think you're going to love, coming out near the end of the month. Just a little teaser. So make sure you like, subscribe, make sure your notifications are on, because you want to know when I'm putting something out. Enjoy, have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.